Let's check that. Is that audio working? No? Why is... There we go. I just disconnected and reconnected, but it's all good. Let's stop that. All right. Technology, you know, I can write an AI bot, but I can't get my my audio working, so that's exciting. Anyway, I just redeployed my stuff so that I could be on the latest and greatest. Not that I made any changes, but whatever. I was writing some code, so let's get that out. All right. So what I wanted to do today was I was trying to deploy to my own portal, but for some reason I couldn't get Azure to do it right. It was giving me an error, but I'll look at that later. It's not super important for today. Specify the SQ standard for model. This one is not supported in my region. So theoretically, if I click that one, it's going to fail resource location. Oh, I see what it is. I see what it is. So if I was to click global standard, then I click, can we do, what about the global standard? So yeah, okay, whatever. But don't I push globally outside the Azure? Okay, so anyway, basically you don't pick a region, it's probably going to spawn something somewhere. Okay. Deployment type, maybe I've got to stick it in somewhere else. Actually, let's try again. Let's just try one more time. So I did see some cool something that I wanted to also try, but I think we'll focus on just stop fiddling around with the back end, if you will, and get something that works. So let's just undo that, so then I don't have to use the work system, and there's no problem with that, I don't think. It's just use existing / external, but I would like to use OpenAI model, and it's called that AI model. And this one I might have to put in global standard. Is that the SQ name, the SQ capacity, which I'm maybe this something coming here. Maybe I can ask, can you ask Copilot to explain? Copilot, tell me what's happening. Ask Copilot. Let's see. How do I use this method? Let's see. So I effectively want to deploy. Whoop, the work is working. Let's cancel that. Sorry. How do I use this method? It's taking longer than I wanted to. Come on, computer. The deployment model, the deployment standard or region. Okay. It's just basically giving my code, explaining my code to me, but who knows what I just did that. So let me just do this AI-model. So if there's right now I'm using Azure OpenAI, but technically I could use, instead of using a connection string, I can use a local model, which we can try. I don't know how long it's going to take. Let's give that a go. Right, so instead of having to connect to OpenAI when testing locally, I can use Ollama. Let's just see, Aspire Community Toolkit Ollama. I think this one, and then here we go. I need to install this one. I love community toolkits. So this one is the hosting. So I need to go to hosting dependencies, add project, make NuGet package. So I can either use my work, let's just say the company OpenAI for testing, or I can use a local Docker container. Latest stable. Let's do the latest stable. I don't know if there's going to be a difference. Ollama, and then you create a builder, add Ollama, and you add a model. So I believe with data volume, yes, and the GPUs and web UI. So we're going to copy this, apply, then our host, accept, And I only want to use that when testing locally. So if it's publishing, use Azure OpenAI, deploy the mini. Otherwise, we use see, right, we don't need that anymore. We can do builder.add with a model, and then with running with the GPU, we obviously want to use that one because that's cool, and also we want to do data volume, right? Yeah, and we want to use that. So add a model, we're going to use the data volume, we can use that. I'm probably missing some sort of um, go. Where's this one I'm planning about? Uh, can I just remove that? Can you see? Okay. So probably I need to. There we go. Uh, okay, hosting resource. Okay, fine. There's no. They don't give us an example of a nice if that. Otherwise, okay. So, is there a? Oops. Let's go to here. Add deployment. Wonder if it's the model iResource Open Azure iResource. Oops. Is there a iResource builder? Let's just go back here. And let's see. Does this have a base type like a generic iResource builder? And we can just cast to that. Azure OpenAI, where iResource. Okay. Then let the model give us iResource builder model iResource builder add model iResource. So interesting. Can I not just do that and say hey? There we go. But now that chokes. iResource with connection string. There we go. iResource builder Olama. Is that an iResource model with connection string? Right? Add model. Resource command. Resource. I don't know if it has a resource command with connection string. Add Hugging Face. That's for the AWS. I think AWS is Hugging Face. Anyway, can I just put that there? No. Okay. No, and we're going to rename this to AI. There we go. Oops, daisy. iResource builder. Can I do that? No, because it's not. Okay. Can't. No beautiful if block. So, okay. So let's just do AI. Do open AI, and we're going to say otherwise if it's not there, we're going to do no. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do var olama is equal to publish mode null. There we go. Right, so use Azure OpenAI in the published app. No, let's use development in the in development. Use the OpenAI. Okay. Then we get over here, we're going to do, can I do, okay, check something here quickly. Oops. Is this iResource with connection string, Olama resource? But you didn't have that as an out parameter. So then we could solve all of this with no, but it is what it is. Okay, so this one is accepting. Wait a second, I don't accept this, right? Because I can swap this in iResource border. Here we go, right? They both are casting to iResource with connection string, right? That is valid. So why did it complain earlier? AI, and I just cast that, right? Sure, maybe something wrong. Oh, app, but a local alarm in development. There we go. Not quite sure. I didn't know. Maybe I did it wrong. Right. So if I run this app, it's quite cool. I didn't realize we can just swap it in there. I believe this works. But it's quite cool in that it allows us to actually have full local AI. You don't have to do anything. The function storage is with the local blob storage, and the function builder for the function app is a Docker container, I think. Yes, right? It's a Docker container. So effectively, if I go to images, uh, testing stuff. Ugh. Okay, let's close that. There's a function storage spinning up. There's the dashboard. So here we go. Terrible things are happening. Can we zoom just this page out and let's refresh the page? Oh, the columns are not conducive to viewing. Oh my gosh, I can't scale it nicely. Some web APIs are. Alarm resource, it's starting. I think what's happening, it's going to take quite some time to download, but in the meantime, while that's running in the back, oops, what am I trying to do? Docker Olama, here we go. It's starting. Oh, it's probably pulling it, right? So if I minimize endpoints and go here, we should have the pulling logs right. So I don't know how big it is. Olama 3, I think that is probably the Open Web UI. One of these is the model, one of these is the AI. So it's quite cool that I could have a local running on my machine, like a local sort of local AI. If that works, then I'll AZD up this in a second. Well, that's going. But let's assuming this is all working as great. Development is basically free now. We probably will have published mode, like for example, the application insights will be like maybe do this. If it's published mode, we use application insights. Otherwise, we do now. And of course, we say, hey, if application inside is not now, and then we do func dot with reference, right? Yeah. Be nice if there was like with optional reference, then you can pass in a nullable item and it will include it if it exists. No, add the over there. Right, so this is something that we might want to publish, right? So in the publish mode, when it goes to the cloud, we make sure we hook up application insights. We're using our AI model from Azure. And of course, we're using the real storage. This technically is not, see, this is where it's cool, right? Let's go back. We know that the emulator has no value on the cloud, right? We're not going to be using a cloud. So if I was to go here and do where's the emulator, right? This only applies if it's publish mode, right? So this is cool. You know what? Let's be cool. Let's make our lives better. Let's do add a new. Can I just do a class here? Static class extensions. And I don't know why I say it like that. And then I do a public static static T builder, and this is going to do, oops, I'm doing a generic one with optional reference, and then we do, what is this reference? And let's just copy this. You know what? Let's copy this. That's what I want. Oh, there, optional is true. But what does optional mean? With reference, let's read that. Aspire with reference optional. Reference. Let's see what that is. Okay, we're learning stuff on the job here. Very exciting. Let's just make sure my audio is working. Is that good? Go. This one. Inputs, connection string, blah 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 blah. If it is not found, we sort of to allow missing connection string. So if I was to quickly go back and just see, does that throw? It assumes source is there, right? Okay, we get the source of resource. Pity they will have, yeah, there we go. Optional reference, and of course we're going to copy that. Oops, let's copy the whole thing. And then do with optional, optional. Yeah, so this response builder, might have to make a new thing. Connection string name boolean, and then I'll do, oh wait, with publish reference. So if builder, the execution context is in publish mode, what did they do? Let's view their things. Where's this? Oops, run as emulator. Yeah, builder.application builder. Right, this is what we want to do. Then we can, this needs to move into a new file because it's complaining, move type into a new extensions file. All right, just to keep editing, we don't have to. There we go. All right, so with publish only reference, there we go, that's cool. This builder, going to be parameter, no box type of destination. I copied that directly, builder with refer source connection name optional, return, what's that? There we go. Amazing. All right. So this is just a quick helper that's going to basically say with publish only reference. So if I can go over here and say, hey, this is with reference dot with publish only reference, and this is insights. Look at that, right? And then of course I can say, yeah, and this will be nullable. Will it be? Will it be nullable? Yes, I'll make that nullable. With, yeah, okay, no, let's, with optional. There's it, with optional reference, right? Event builder, if source, no, there we go. Let's do both, let's do both. I'm not sure which one I like more yet. So the publish only reference, actually we can't, right? The publish only reference will never be created. There we go. Edit, we don't care about that. So see is Docker finished downloading. Where's our status? Pulling. Yeah, I might have to stop that. Oh, actually, okay, I'm going to be actually running this thing. There we go. With optional reference. There we go. Insights. Second. The exact same thing I did here. So with connection string, connection name. Optional is false. Destination with optional reference. Saying no, source optional reference does not can publish any. Oh, what? No. Paste that. Okay. I think it's just the old code. So only use application insights when published, right? Yeah. And of course we use our own models. This run as emulator is a nice little way to say, hey, only runs. So technically, if I ever want to, I can actually return something there. But optional reference, obviously AI is required. Okay, I think we need to invent and now do a nice PR or something to aspire and see what happens. But oh my goodness, what is that? All right, so this is what I would like. I think these probably will be in some sort of configuration, but for now it's cool to be hard coded. But yeah, so that'll be our app. So we could run a local model when the agent, whenever the Docker is finished downloading, we can have a look and see what happens. But that's what I think what I want to do now. And what I want to do is I want to try and focus myself into completing something. There's things spawning the mine. So I've got my little repo here. It's got a bit of a back end and a front end. I've got an idea for a new function I want to do. It's also important to help me summarize and repeatedly summarize issues. Maybe like every day I go through the most recent issues and I just update the summary section somewhere in the issue to the score. So I can go there and say, oh, what is this issue about? What are the people saying? Like summarize the comments and find something that will be relevant to me. Like, for example, is everyone agreeing this is a terrible thing, or are people saying, hey, this is truly not a bug, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, cancel the project, and publish an action to the marketplace. I also want to move the backend out of this. I want this to be here, clean, plain, simple, and the backend is in a separate repo, because the backend is going to form the backend for both functions that I'm going to write. And I only can have one function in a repo, and also, I don't want to spin up a whole new, container registry, Docker, and OpenAI instances and stuff. That's going to be hard to maintain, and it can be difficult to do costing and billing and stuff. Because I would like to see if I can sort of sponsor this particular AI for the community. So if you got a repo, you can add this action, and I'll try and cover the costs so that you can use AI in your repo to help you become more productive. But yeah, so this repo, I was working on this. I made a slight improvement. I added the labels. I was previously on the stream. I had like, oh, I do configuration files and do amazing things. But then I was like, you know what? I can spend all my time doing that, and nothing's going to be shipped. So I got the two things. So you can either have exact labels or a label pattern, and I actually demonstrate that in either one of these scenarios. So in my workflow, I have, this is the one you would do. We'll just use a simple area pattern, and that's that. If you want to do multiple sections like OS, I was like, oh no, but you just put multiple actions in here. So for right now, it's sufficient. It's a little bit overhead of communicating with the function multiple times, and technically that's going to be more expensive, but I haven't got any users, so the cost of all the users is still 0. So yeah, and of course I had this one where you can have specific labels and say, hey, pick from one of these labels the issue. So both options are good. And if I check labeler, yeah, I'm doing this. So basically this is what I would add to a real repo. So actually this shouldn't be area testing, this should be main. But let's, I'm going to move the back end out of this offline because it's going to be moving stuff, files. I'm probably going to try and clean something up. So for testing purposes, I thought, hey, I got a ScareSharp repo. Let's do that. I'm on ScareSharp, and I'm actually going to not, I don't want to just yet, I have no confidence in the AI. So I am going to do an action. I think I can do it from here. And I do new workflow. I got find similar, which has been replaced. We set up clean workflow. And of course, you do workflows, AI labels, label with AI. Let's put dashes in here because .yml, apply labels using AI. And currently, I don't know what my area, I think I've got area slash. Oh my goodness, all the complaints. But we've got area slash, we've got backend. So what we're going to do is we do area, and this is going to be main. I believe that is my branch. Yep, main. So it's just going to be this, and I'm going to apply labels and add a comment. Let's just do that. And I'm just going to quickly put this here for now and do that. Whoops, daisy. Here we go. Apply labels and area. So what I want to do is I want to duplicate this. Can I do a name, right? I think I can do name. Apply area labels, and then of course I have platform. I don't know why I'm in capital letters. This will be OS. I have backend, and OS. Back OS and Tenet. And yeah. So you got OS, backend, and Tenet. And let's just see. Not Tenet. I want to improve this. So you would have a configuration file. You would say, hey, for platform labels, these are the platform, and it would just be a single step. But it's okay for now to have multiple steps. And this happens when issues opened and reopened. So I'm going to go to a few, and yeah, I can just close and reopen an issue, and let's see what happens. We'll do this dev slash label bot, right? add a workflow to auto label issues. A small workflow to help label issues with the correct area of platform backend and header labels. Look at that, AI to do the work. Give me the Copilot. Come on. What does Copilot have to say? Okay. Yeah. Great pull request. And then I am going to just punch that directly through, squash and auto merge. One pass rules just straight through. Sorry rules, I am breaking them. All right, so that should be it. Now that's going to churn up a lot of excitement, but that's okay. We're going to go over here to our, there we go, let's see. Close it. We're going to reopen it. Let's see, let's go to AI. And we're going to see what loading labels. Let's find my labels. There we go. It is error and Blazor web sending, scale sharp, involves providing scale sharp, appropriate error. Oh my goodness. It's clearly Blazor WebAssembly application. Did I have area native, area half-bars, workbooks, build, views, forms? Wait a second. Oh, where's my Blazor label gone? Why didn't it clearly have areas scale sharp views Blazor? Okay, this is important knowledge. Let's check label regex. Label pattern. What was my pattern? Here we go. Let's do regex tester. I'm pretty sure that's the regex I'm using. But we're gonna just copy that regex tester. Right, well, okay, that was very unexpected. The very first run failed. And of course we're gonna go over here and we're gonna copy that quickly. Like, let's run that local query quickly. Let's do repo URL. Go. What else do we need? With the name and label selector, label regex. Let's quickly copy that. Dollar label regex is equal to. Let's copy that. to make sure that AI can do what I expect it to do. Well, not really AI, right? This is human error, most probably. Okay, regex. Right, so now if we go run this, come on, let's see. Oh no, what? It's this, oh, do I have a wrong terminal? Let's open a new terminal quickly. My repo URL, my label regex, my label selector, and then of course run this command. Let's see. Wow. Whew. Okay, let's edit this directly in here because Matthew is shocked little boy right now. Okay, make sure that still works. Okay, going to do backtick. Run that again. Okay. Well, maybe there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. It's just an area. Dot star. Oops, oops. Ah, come on. Interesting. Let's take that off. All right. There we go. Is Blazor in here? No. Why is that not in here? Why? Why? Spazzy? Not even a thing? There you go. Limit. Default is 30. Okay. Let's do dash limit is 100. Okay, okay. Phew. It's picking the first 30. So first sign of problems is I need to dash label dash limit is 100. There we go. Hooray. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Do I have 13 labels? That fixing bugs live on production. Results. Okay, it's all a happy place. I was getting worried there for a minute. I had to rewrite my entire thing. So that area slash. Okay, I just need to update. If I go to main here, currently on main. Let's go to main, stash and rear. No, I need to edit this quickly. And then I go over here and I say, hey, blah, blah, blah. I need to go over here and I need to say, name, let's do limit, dash, dash, limit is maximum 100, right? It's going to be 100 labels. Someone who has 100 labels, we'll address that in V1.1, right? So, the limit of labels to load. Okay, let's push that to that branch. Let's go over here. Oops, not that one here. Go back to here. Pull requests, label testing. We can go open a quick branch there. The default label load was 30, and this meant most labels would not be loaded. There we go. Okay, let's edit that well. Oh, the bot will tell me the new limit is now 100, so it should get them all. We will need to increase this limit. We will need to proper them all, but that okay. So we got a new issue here, new PR. Might want to do PRs to do labeling. Right now we're just doing issues. Let's just check to make sure that the AI, there we go, it didn't choke and die. So we're running. Actually, I wonder what happens when I opened a PR. Okay, the testing one, right? Asking the AI for the best label, loading labels. There we go. Okay. So let's pull requests, squash and merge, and we can delete branch. Let's go back here. Actually, fetch that bad boy, and of course we can do just do quickly reset branch to here. Keep changes, unsaved differences, blah blah blah. There we go. Just move the cheese. The reason I'm using the same branch is that branch has specific rules applied to trigger a build, just so we can test our workload. Anyway, let's try that again. So I'm sorry, person. Your issue is going to be the let's see who ever master. Sorry, man. Let's close the issue and reopen the issue and scroll to the top. Hopefully, the fact that we got at main in our thing. Oh, one of them failed. That's very, very scary. Our area labels. Let's see. We're loading labels. There we go. Nice big one. And of course, we got Blazor at the bottom. Best one. Yay! Blazor. Okay, platform labels. Oh my goodness. WASM. Yeah, okay. That's incorrect. Windows 10 OS specifically work. Okay, that's wrong, but I need to add probably descriptions for this to be say, hey, WASM or stands for Blazor and or WebAssembly and browser, so that the AI can correctly pick a label. So that's a sign of where you're already failing. And this is the backends. No labels matched. So yep, that's correct. No labels match this. This is when you have a backend thing, it's a loading module, and with our regards to labels, which tenant is it, and is compatibility. Again, this is where description to be like compatibility. This refers to backwards compatibility with a previous version. Which tenant would this be? This probably would not be any tenant, but yeah. So we might have to refine the prompt and as well as add support for the label descriptions to go reach the server. But that's why we're not auto-applying it. Let's try another issue. Wrong rendering on Windows with stable. So who's that? Oh, Nick's close. Sorry, Nick, for closing away. Oh, sorry. Let's keep it open. And let's head over to our action and let's see. So let's see. Let's see what it says. Finding the best area to label. Views. Versions living in Canada, SKTL for the SketchUp views area. No platform. This one is directly, we're going to Windows. and Windows Classic. Right, this is where descriptions will probably help. This one is backend OpenGL. Can it be on the point towards running? Who might? Hmm. Yeah. So a bit of work needs to be done. Um, issues are fluid. Let's see. Here we go. So let's take off the. Well, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what the name was. Let me close this and reopen. Go over to Action and let's test it out. Let's see. Area. Skillshop native. We discussed Azure Skillshop in my project pertains to native assets platform. Give me Android. Android. There we go. So it's not totally hideous. Everything's going to be compatibility. Yeah, but it's close enough. And of course, our label of WASM. I mean, technically, OpenAI should know what WASM is. WASM stands for WebAssembly. Blazor is WebAssembly. Let's ask the chat OpenAI, and let's see. What is the relationship between WASM and Blazor? WebAssembly? Okay, it's a great, amazing, blah blah blah. What is Blazor? Blazor is a framework dependent Blazor web version. Yeah, see right? So AI knows the relationship, but it wasn't able to. Blazor WebAssembly uses WebAssembly to run blah blah blah. WebAssembly blah blah. Why WASM? There we go. Okay, so this is where I think the next feature would be to add the label, send the label descriptions to the server. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, the bot is there, the bot is running. Let's see if the local development thing has started up, just so that we can have a happy day. No endpoints configured. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I may need to turn off the Olama and figure that out offline, because I'll be honest, failed to start. Let's go here. Alarma failed to container is no longer running. It choked and died. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to stash that change for now. Yeah, I'm going to quickly stash this and say, hey, let's get a new branch, and we're going to call this dev publishing. No, Olama. There we go. Stash and reapply. I'm going to pop all of that into here and do add an offline model for testing. Right, so we don't have to pay big bucks. I mean, I don't know how much, probably in a couple of cents, but whatever. Okay, check out and fast forward. Action testing. Okay, let's delete that. Let's just delete that label. All right. So excitingly, that we got our action up. It's running on our official real repo. That's pretty cool. We can close this regex tester because it was not a problem with our regex, which is interesting to say. It was rather a problem of everything else. So our first problem we're seeing in a real repo is that it's labeling things, but it doesn't understand. Like I do think this Blazor WebAssembly one is sort of a key indicator as to a simple failure, or not a simple failure, like it's going to Blazor, that's great, but here's platform. It's like it's Windows Classic, because the dude mentioned Windows, but he's like, my computer is Windows, my Blazor is failing. Okay, it has to do with the Windows. No, it has to do with the Blazor. So he's saying here, mono WASM, right, WASM, compile string, blah, blah, blah. Of course, he has a very helpful bug report. Thank you very much for that. Is using the latest version. This one works. He says Windows is a problem. Operating system version, Dell laptop. Okay, I can understand how this is Windows, but it's got the word Blazor WebAssembly app. So what we first need to do is go to our labels, and we need to just search for area. Let's go add some areas to our label, which we should have done many moons ago, and we're going to do issues that relate to the C# binding C# binding of C# sharp C# binding that relate to right C# binding of C#. Yeah. Okay. Half buzz. Half buzz binding to binding half buzz sharp. I don't know if that's the right one. We'll clarify. This is areas. Issues relating to documentation such as API docs, conceptual docs, and or conceptual docs. Okay. Let's head over to WASM, because we know over here, edit issues relating to Blazor to ASP.NET Blazor. What do we put here? For example, ASP.NET Blazor rating to the view for ASP.NET Blazor. .NET MAUI applications, mobile desktop applications. There we go. And let's put, okay, that's fine. Let's go to OS. Okay. Issues relating to the Samsung Tizen operating system. Relating to the Samsung Tizen operating system and apps. Is that a valid system? Operating system and an apps. Relating to the Samsung Tizen operating system and apps. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's copy that. Relating to the Microsoft Windows operating system, but is relating to C# running, there we go, running on the operating system using Win32 APIs, for example, in a Windows or Forms or WP. Oh my gosh, APIs. Might need to do that. Okay, yeah. Let's do WASM. Let's see if we can do this, and let's do issues relating to to running. Issues running. There we go. Issues running on WebAssembly. WebAssembly, for example, in a Blazor or Uno web application. There we go. Right. Issues running on WebAssembly, for example, in Blazor, let's use the full one, right? In a .NET in an ASP.NET or Uno platform, right? So hopefully that's sufficient information we can send to the cloud, send to the AI. Issues running on Microsoft Windows Microsoft Windows using Win32 APIs. What did I say? Yeah, for example, no, this would be Windows.forms or WPF. There we go. There we go. It's a tiny one. Running on Windows using Windows. Yeah, take off that. Running Windows assembly, and then I'll do we don't need for example ASP.NET Blazor or Uno platform. Or Uno platform. There we go. But even though I think ASP.NET Blazor or Uno platform. There we go. Tizen. There we go. Issues running on Samsung Tizen devices. There we go. Another one we can probably throw in here. Let's do Android. Let's just do that, right? So with this information, we should have clarified what WebAssembly over here is relating to Blazor and Uno platform. So I think that's important. Now, most people may not have the descriptions, but we're going to need it. So let's go over to our first of our action. Let's close everything. We now need to send the action to the cloud. Let's quickly see and say, hey, labels, can I take off name, right? And just say, hey, that's just song. Don't know if I need to. JSON fields. JSON, let's see what else we got. Let's see what the response is. Q without, okay. Oops. Here we go. What is this thing? What do we call this? This is description. So if I go there and do JSON, and I say, hey, send me name, comma, description. Let me put that in quotes. I don't know what I'm supposed to, but let's do that. There we go. You know what? I'm going to do ID as well. What else was there? There's color. What other information do we get from this? Can we limit just to 10? and do, let's see, let's take up the limit and let's do help. Let's see what fields. There we go. Color, created at description, ID is default. Not the default is. So name, ID, color. Let's do that. Name, ID. So we're going to do ID, comma name, comma description, and yeah. Let's just send the ID in for now. We may need that later. So we're updating our action to send in the ID, comma name, comma description. And the problem is now, if you just use the labels, neighbor names, I still have to look up. Okay, so if I get all the labels and I just, right, I just take this off, right? I just use PowerShell for it. See, this is where I could bring the labels from the action. Is that going to be useful, right? What if I query the labels from the function? First thing the function does is ask GitHub, hey GitHub, what are the labels available? And then it gets that. Let's do that. Then I don't have to write complicated C#. So coming here, someone's done this. So let us first go. So what will our body be? Let's come up with a body. So we're gonna have, let's just do this, right? We're gonna say, hey, issue is the full issue, and of course we're gonna have labels, and then this one what we'll do is make a new object and do we're gonna do well, this will be labels and names, and we'll do dash label names, right? Here we go. So we need this. This is, and of course patterns. I'm just gonna do stat label regex. Then we're gonna do filtered labels. Names. And we're gonna do pattern is gonna be label regex, right? Labels name. Yeah, right. So actually what we're going to send, and we send this over to the cloud. What we're also going to need to do is send our token in. So yeah. So let's actually not do the action first. Let's do the backend first. It'll make things easier. Now we sort of know what we've got. Reload everything. Okay. Close all tabs. What we're going to need here is to install the GitHub GraphQL. I think I have a search in here. AutoKit. And we're going to do send this to GraphQL. And I can actually look at the new features branch, which I did a bunch of stuff. I should know. Here we go, GraphQL client end. See what we got in our environment variable. So in our environment variables for this, we've got our GitHub token, which I saved previously for testing purposes. And I send that along via, here we go. So HTTP, content type, same as JSON, and my labels, and I am not going to send it. So the object we sort of expecting now is we're going to do create this whole thing is different. This is going to be an object, and this is going to be let's put it as names, right? I think that'll be more useful, right? We're sending names, and this is going to be a big array of names that may or may not be empty, but let's keep it empty for now. And of course, let's just put in here, yeah, let's just keep that blank. And then of course we have another one. We're going to call not names. We're going to call it pattern. And this way it's not going to have multiple. Man, would it be useful to have multiple patterns? No, let's not do that. Let's just be simpler. A string over here, and this is going to be, what was that? That was the thing, area slash dot and do dot plus, right? Because dot star is useless because someone could have a dodgy label, right? Then we have our body. This is going to be now should I send in the whole issue, or should I just send in the issue ID, right? The issue, and then I send in the full object, right? Okay, let's do that for now. Then I don't have to query the body for now. So I think I have test data somewhere. I can just copy. So our GitHub test data issue. This is the issue. So for now, let's do that. And let's pop that there, right? So that. Of course, everything's gone hunky-dory because we have H. We're going to make sure that we got replace these threes, that replace, and then put we replace again. Replace again. There we go. All right, just to fix that for now. Okay, and let's do 1, 2, 3. Right. So our new way is we're going to send the X GitHub token that we get from CI, and we do that, right? So we get to the function ASAP, like we got this issue over here. We technically can send in, I mean, maybe one day I'll have a thing, for example, to be issue ID. What? Where's that guy coming from? Phone is, there we go. Let's get rid of that quickly. I don't like people telling me how I can get my views. Alright, doing this for fun, not for the views, although views are amazing. ID, and I'm going to put, let's just send the full issue, right? If we ever send a partial issue, for example, body in there, we can use the ID to load it. All right, let's format this. Let's just, what is the depth? There we go. All right, so this would be our request. Our new thing is the token, and of course we're having a slightly different format here. Right now names is empty, but so let's create the object for that, right? Everything's going to be in this one function, a little bit crazy, but let me pop. I did this work already, so let's just copy that to save some time. There we go, we've got a new record, and just pop it out, right? So I go over to my function, I say, hey, no use new label, no. We've got a label request. This is containing, let's put this to the side. Let's minimize that. We have a labels and an issue. Labels and issue. The labels is a request label rules. No. This is where it's different. We've got two things. The labels is going to have a string nullable name, which will be names, and of course we would have a string comma pattern. There we go. Right, names and or pattern. And of course, the issue that we request is going to have a body, a title, and we're probably going to want, let's just make sure we've got ID in there, and number, just because make things so much easier. Does it have a repo in here? Oh, we're going to need the repo, right? Because we need to know where to download this from. So we're going to do, oh wait, the issue will contain the repo over here, reactions, repository URL, user. Don't need that right now, but let's see. At live.o, unless it's in owner. No, it's not owner. Okay. Hmm. I don't have this repository URL. I mean, not the greatest one. What other stuff did we have in the context? Let's see if we can go back to our OG ones where we just dump the context. Scroll back a fair bit to page 5, and let's see what we actually have here. We have the whole GitHub context. I think we got the repository owner. Here we have repository owner, repository. There we go, repository owner and repository labeled by ID. This would be probably a name somewhere, right? No. Let's see, maybe search the logs. Got to search there. There we go. Where was he? Where was he? Ooh, right here. Okay. Name repository. Oh, okay. That's a GitHub repository. Okay. Maybe I should send that as part of the JSON, right? Let's do that. So let's go here and do issue. Okay. Okay. Let's do a new object. So it'll be, it's not send the body. So let's do ID. Let's do number for now. And this will be, we have to query for the number then. And we do, where's the number? Number is 1, right? Issue 1. And what else should we send? We need this number, right? We're going to query the rest from GitHub. And we need the repository. Okay, let's close that. And we're going to do, right, we're going to do repo. And this is going to have an object called, owner, MATLAB, and the name is going to be labeled by AI. Okay, that has a close object there, and of course that's going to have a number there. Number. Should I do that? Right. So we do apply. Move that to the top. So we're saying, hey, we need to get information about the issue. The issue that belongs to repo and has number. Okay, and of course then we're going to have labels to apply, label name or the pattern, and technically we could even have a rules one there. Okay, that's more sensible. I don't know why that's not green. I'm missing a quote somewhere. Quote closed open. There we go. Issue, and you know what? Let's put version over here because we're going to need to use 1.0. There we go. Version 1 issue. There. Add liters. Something has gone wrong. IntelliSense is not happy. Let's quickly close that. Okay. That should be green, but it's not. So let's put it back. There we go. Okay. So that is our object. Let's go with that. We're going to do int, oops, my goodness, what there? Int version. Alright, has an issue and labels. So let's move this up so that we can issue labels. The issue has repo, labels has name and pattern, names and pattern, and the issue will have Madhu owner. Or maybe just, you know what, let's do that, right? Let's just do this, just to make things so much simpler, right? And this one have a string repo, right? Requires a repo, require a number, and there we go. Okay, that's our object we want. All right, so then, now that we got that amazing thing, let's go here, let's run our local, okay, we don't run our local one. Then we go over here and say, hey, all of this cool stuff, we're gonna deserialize. We're gonna rename it as get new request, and we're gonna do issue request. Nope. Request. What did I call it? Label. Oops. You're gonna say, hey, give us a label request. Just quickly deserialize that. All right. Let's minimize everything so that we don't have to have thousands of things open. All right. Here is our action. We've got our request. We need to label. The first thing we need to do is actually split this out into a method. So let's call this extract method, and we're going to call this validate issue, validate request. Okay, and you know what? Let's just do that and do var new issue is equal to that, and let's move this away. Validate request async. Let's go over here. Request async. This is going to be a task of label request, right? And this is going to come in here and say, hey, get the new issue. We don't need to do logger because the logger is on the object. Actually, we don't do that. We need to do the request. Right. There we go. Get the request coming in there, create a new issue. We do a bunch of logging, and we do return and await here. Right? Async, my bad. All right. Oh dear. And let's do this. Out I action result, right? Error result. There we go. Now, right? Actually, am I? Let's just do this. Come on, get new request. We send that in there, and this one gets new error result. This is not an await, and of course we can say if a result is not null, then we return that, right? So let's just do that. Forget to validate. If we do that, blah blah blah, then we do that. We clean this up and we do label request, and we do new issue. Of course, we can. Here we go. And of course, we're back to this return. Okay, and of course, return null. Okay, and of course, new issue, right? we need to make sure that there is a whatever. Let's just do that for now. I'll fix that later. There we go. Make sure the object is correct. All right. We got a new issue. This one should not allow returning now. I mean, okay, return now. Yeah, this is allowed to return now because we are checking to make sure it's not null over there. Okay. Then of course is new issue. There we go. The reference, possibly a null reference. No, we need to add an attribute here to say, hey, rule out a result, and we do x equals return false, and of course we do go. Then we need to add a little attribute here that says not now when, and then when the return type is true, and this one is not now when false. So using the cool new features, I get a request to get here. This one should not be null at this point. Maybe now here. Okay, we'll fix that out, right? We can then do if not out var error result. This should now not be null. There we go, right? A new issue is not now here. There we go. Look at that. Get a new request, error request, valid generating OpenAI request, blah blah blah. Now a chat message. We first need to do, okay, value object, and let's do that. And of course we need to do var get labels labels is equal to await get labels async, right? And for that we're just going to comment this all out and do response. Oh no, I do response now is to var response is equal to just a blank string, just so that we can get everything to build. Environment, someone's pulled in hello, the tot gamer. Yeah. What do you mean you can't get an API key for your chatbot? Are you building a chatbot and you don't have an API key? Is that what you're saying? Like on the Open API site, I currently now I'm just using Azure OpenAI because I can deploy it myself. So I went to oh gosh, my whole screen in black. That's scary. So I've created a new OpenAI in Azure portal, and I just deploy my own model. It's quite cheap. It's super cheap. I mean, if I was to look at the one we're actually using, CPTMSDX. So this is what I'm doing. Like I'm not actually using OpenAI directly. I can have a look now and see what happens. Let's log in there and let's see if we can figure this out. So this is one way just to deploy your own model and you can do your own thing. And like right now I've done like, I don't know, 50, 80 requests on it, and let's see if it's any worth any actual monies. Now obviously you probably need a credit card, maybe if you sign up as a student or part of the education. Look at this, it's less than a cent. And I've done a whole bunch of requests, so this is quite cheap. Now for OpenAI directly, I haven't done it myself, but I believe chat at OpenAI, I don't know if you have to pay. Yeah, and I do settings, and of course, where was that? Links, connect apps, security, let me see. OpenAI API key, right? You typically just Google the thing. There we go. So you can head over here and you will log in to this bad boy. Come on. Which one did I log in now? Am I using my work account or my personal account? Come on, AI, figure it out. There we go. And you just create a new key. So you pop it in here. Don't know what this is. You can have a read-only key, restricted. It's a chat. You probably want to do a chat bot. You're probably going to need the chat completions. So that's probably what you want, and I would recommend having a look at search pop new key for a chat app. In fact, if you go to chat.openai, like right, I am making a AI chat bot. How do I get a API key from OpenAI? There, like, yeah. But I'm using the Azure one because I want. It's cool, right? I mean, I'm too lazy to do this work. I'm using Aspire, and I'm getting it to do basically. I'm going to do when I finish running just that, right? And that will give me a OpenAI instance, and I don't have to do any of this work. So you got to set up there. You probably got to set up billing. I'm not sure if it's cheaper. You know, let me ask the bot. Let's stop the generation. Which is cheaper, OpenAI chat or the Azure OpenAI chat? There we go. Is there a thing? Cost difference, just give me the monies. OpenAI Direct. Charge tokens process, same as OpenAI. Azure OpenAI charges different rates. Pricing varies per region, might align closely, it might not. Yeah. So you probably I haven't used it. I'm just using Azure, but definitely go check out the API keys. Probably ask the chatbot how to do it, and hopefully it gets you there. Yeah. But yeah, the API pricing. Let's see. What is this? Charges per 1,000 words. Here we go. Here's some monies. I don't know which one's the cheapest one. Where's the API Mini? Set model. Oh, yeah. So yeah. So that would do it, and then I am here's the mini one. It's the smartest model. If you look at that, it's like for 1 million input tokens, right? And I sent in a whole big bunch of text, and this is what is that? That is 8 US cents for 1 million tokens, and I got a big. You can check my current prompt. I sent the whole GitHub issue to ask it to process it, but my current prompt is pretty lengthy. Is this one right? Plus I insert a bunch of labels, which is going to be about 30 lines, and then I send another message with a massive body of the thing. And if I look at the costing, right? This has been running for a few days. I've done like a couple requests. That's my price, and I can have a look and see exactly how many requests I have done. So that's the container app. I think where did I put the dashboard? Didn't I create a dashboard here? Metrics. I think this will give me the metrics. Give me the CPTD metric starting metric requests, and now requests. There's a bunch of requests, right? I've done 214 here. Okay, this is 18 days. I might need to expand this to the last 3 days. So this one here was 14 requests. It's not like hectic. And of course, if I'm to edit this and let's say, hey, add a metric, we're going to call this tokens latency. No, use active tokens, I think it is, or I think active tokens. And for the whole thing, no, generate completion tokens. We've got 800 tokens for a whole prompt. Like total tokens there is 2,000. I don't think that's a right inference prompt provision. I'm not quite sure. I should have a nice token processed prompt. There we go. Input prompt one. So this one is 20,000 tokens. It's going to be, it's going to eventually get to 1,000,000 tokens. But in my testing, I've done a whole bunch of things. Testing runs. It's not too expensive for testing. And I do know you get a bunch of Azure credits, which I don't know what if OpenAI gives you some credits, and if especially like you're a student or you got like a Visual Studio license or something, you get a whole bunch of like $200. Like that's going to be like a gajillion tokens. Oh, my camera has frozen. YouTube opening. Let's open this. Gosh, my camera's broken. Hello, not working. Hideous. Let me quickly turn off my camera. Turn it back on. Lost control. The camera is. There we go. Technology. Okay. Who knows what that was all about? But yeah, I'm trying to. I'm going to create my own thing. But as you see, like I haven't even done a single cent. I'm going to let my agent run and try. Like if you want to test out, just to consume resources, you can build. This bot is labeling people's issues. Now it's obviously not going to work in a few minutes when I break it, but you can just add this type of thing to your. In fact, this will be main. But you add this to your GitHub repo, and you can consume resources. And then next time I see you on stream, we can have a look and see how much it cost me. Yeah, but until it reaches $1, I'm not thinking about it. For me, it's free. Less than a cent is free. I don't even know how they're going to bill that on the credit card. They're probably going to have to wait till it reaches an actual cent. So what I'm trying to do here. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Don't you swap out my selection when I'm not looking. Okay, get labels async, we made a new method. So I'm going to now query the GitHub using GraphQL, which I've never done before, so it's going to be lots of umming and learning. I'm going to go to the website and say, I want to do GraphQL. In fact, can I do it here? And just ask the AI, hello AI, can you give me C# code to query the GitHub GraphQL endpoint to get all the labels on a repo. There we go. Like this point, we use AI to build an AI bot. Okay, we've got the token, we've got the repo read. We don't have to install Newtonsoft. That comes in the thing. No, is it going to tell me? No, stop that. I want to use the OctoKit GraphQL library. Yeah. The scary thing sometimes AI will give you this thing and it'll be like wrong. Like yesterday when I was doing it, it was like giving me a suggestion for regex that, well, not regex, some PowerShell, which is invalid PowerShell. Well, not invalid, it was technically correct. For example, over here, it would say, what was I sending? Sending something, and it was, yeah, to split this. Right now, I'm splitting my string on the \r. It was saying, no, you must use the backtick, and nothing was working. I was like, what's going on? And then, I was like, let me try it myself, and I wrote the slash. I was like, wait a minute, that's not the same. But okay, here we go. Connection. Okay, connection run. Perfect. Look at that. I just copied the code. This is how we do it, folks. Right here. It's given me commented out code, which is going to request the label client. Like, okay, this connection would probably want to actually, now I know that we are sending the GitHub token in this. So let's copy this. We need to ask GitHub, hello GitHub. We're going to do, let's do request. This is to headers. I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to send it in. Boom. And okay. And then we're going to do string GitHub token. Is that correct? Or is that joking? Cannot assign void to a pleasantly side. Okay. It's not right. Oh my gosh. Task should be label. Repo label. Let's just do that. In fact, I'm probably going to change that for now. Leave it in there. Assuming that. Let's get over here. GitHub token is equal to that, and then do GitHub token. Okay, what is this type actually? String values u dot to string. What is a string values? Is it like a space separated? The list of strings. Why would header have? This is like a dictionary. I hit a dictionary. Strings. This is where, and this is a method called get. No. The header dictionary is a dictionary string. String values. Does toString, did it override toString for me? Please tell me they did that. I don't feel like doing advanced toString. Get string value. There we go. This, you do it all for me, bro. You do it all for me. There we go. Perfect. Tokens.toString. There we go. Amazing. Right. Then, of course, we're going to do not this one. We're going to do labeled by AI function. There we go, labeled by AI, whatever. Let's do that. Let's keep it together. Right, our owner. We need to get our owner. We also need our new issue. Let's, can we add the parameter? There we go. Amazing. I love technology. IntelliSense. Label request, and we can do label request dot. Whoopsie daisy. We need to do repo is equal to someone dot issue dot repo. I mean, should I make my life even easier? Here's my HTTP and say, hey, repo issue. You know what? I am so lazy. Oh no. It's MATLAB, and our repo is that. There we go. Super duper lazy. And technically, if you're doing like an enterprise hosted one, we're going to probably have like endpoint or something, and we can do that. There we go. Let's go find our thing. Let's quickly do that and do issue has a repo, has an owner. There we go. Perfect. Never need, don't think. Repo var owner is equal to right. Okay, owner, and repository. Put that there. Right, fetch the first 100 labels. Label connection. 4 pages. Edges, nodes. You know what? I don't trust that. I'm going to go OctoKit GraphQL. I'm pretty sure something slightly different. GraphQL net. Oh, my camera's gone all blurry. AI is supposed to de-blur me. I don't even know why I'm blurry. Hello. There we go. Okay. Computer's gone a little bit crazy. Repository name, select repo. Okay. Sponsorship as sponsors. All pages. Compile. Let's do this. All pages and labels. All pages. That feels cool. And do I have to do? And then we do select label. Wait. So do we not need that? Can I label all pages? And this is, who knows how what I'm doing it. I need to select name. I need to select ID. I need name, and I need description, and we don't need color. Right, ID, so we can tell the response, hey, this particular ID, you're going to need the name to and the description. All right. So what did I do? I'm not sure. And of course, let's select. What is query here? Is this going to return a car in wait, there we go. Okay, so let's do repo label. Okay, and your new repo label. Let's create a new one, and we're going to do public record. This thing is getting out of hand at this point. And we're going to do string ID, string name, and string description. Descript, E-I-O-N. All right. Don't forget, Neated Gamer. A subscription, a follow is always nice to have. I'm trying to do something cool. Oh, I wonder if it's not a real thing. Then we're gonna do. I think this is a right. This is a. How does it know? Okay, whatever. And let's do return the labels. Let's see. Is that what I want? So can I do new repo label like that? Is that not? Then I do right. And I say hey, new parentheses here, and do that. That even a thing? Is this? I don't actually know, right? Like maybe just like it's got to build up a GraphQL query. So let's just run that. Let's see what happens. Labels connection run, and let's just do to list, whatever. Do I list. There we go. Okay, so let's stick a breakpoint in here and run our service. So it's not like doing any AI, but we're just going to see how that works. Run. In a minute to add insights. I need to turn that off for local development, but whatever. Running function level, I failed to start. Why? Give me exact console at start. Stop that. We need to go to our functions. I don't know why. Then something's gone wrong. What will refresh and insights and then do optional is true. There we go. All right. Fingers crossed everything is hanky dory. Then we can learn about GraphQL. So if we head over to our function, I need to split this up into separate files. This file's getting a bit crazy, doing everything in there, but there we go. Trying to prank me. That's only starting. There we go. Phew. I thought the command was optional. So, all right. Theoretically, if I did okay, we need to switch over to the end. Here we go. Our label function. Just close that. There we go. We want to do our dev host. We hover over this. Send a request. Whoops, I did put a breakpoint. Oh no. Issue is now. Okay, so that was incorrect. New issue.issues. Okay, so something went wrong. Run that again. Did I? No. Step into that. I can't read the body. Can I read like length at least? No. Oh, exception. JSON value path. Line 16. Inner exception. Path version line number 1. To label request. Get the value of the token type string as a number. Wow. Wow, bro. Yeah, whatever. Sorry. Send the request. Probably should properly log those errors, but anyway, there we go. Back. Let's undo that. Let's continue. Let's get on with the real coolness. Over here, okay, and exploded. Provided no issues provided in the request body. Well, okay. Here's the stack trace. It is there, but no, I can't even read that. Let's run that again. Version, issue, labels, owner, repo number. JSON cannot be converted. Oh, why is it so small now? It's huge. Value number as string. Inner exception. Byte line number 5. Ah, this one. My bad. So I'm so simple. I didn't do it right. Blah blah blah. Come on, computer. Why can't it do it? Why can't the machine just translate it? Anyway, let's see. Another one. Wow. Line 5, position 15. 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number. I'm pretty sure. I bet you. Stop it. Start it again. I'll change the type. I don't think that is available. Right, int version, int number. There we go. All right. Now it's going to work. Now it's going to work in an amazing way. Let's run that. I need to fix that. That's going to be very annoying. I'm going to turn off the insights. I actually wrote that function. Over here, we're going to go over to host program, extensions. Did I do it? I didn't do it. Doesn't matter. We don't need that right now. All right, let's try that again. Let's see. Okay. Okay. It compiled. Labels. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Got all my labels. None of them a description. There's some comment. Okay, cool. Look at that. It's very cool. Technology, right? I am pretty pleased. Pretty happy with that. All right. So then we get our labels, and we're going to cancel that because we don't need to step into the async agent. Stop that. Come on. You know that's not what I want. So at optional insights, this clearly is not how it works. I'm going to do, here we go, insights, if it's publish mode, we do that, otherwise we do no, right? Okay, and then I'm going to do close that and do if no insights is not now, there we go. Right, I'll fix that annoying things. So therefore we get all load, all labels. This can probably be static, but for now we're not. Then we need to filter. We've got our labels. The next thing we need to do is we've got this, where are we now? Here we are, the name. We need to filter by this. So I'm actually going to not use that. What do I actually need from this? Just a string owner. Repo. Okay, whatever. Let's just do that label request. There we go. Okay, right. Now we're going to hit a new function called labels, and we're going to do filtered labels is to get filter labels async, and we're going to take labels and we're going to filter it with a new issue, right? Issue.issue dot number, no, not labels dot, that has names and patterns. All right, and this issue dot, and we're going to call this dot issue. There we go. Let's just do that. Issue info and do issue info dot owner, issue info dot repo. Perfect. Then of course we're going to do our stuff over here. Let's quickly make a new function called filter labels and generate a function. And that's basically going to say, hey, given the labels, let's filter it. So labels, and this is label info. All right. And of course, we first need to see, we're going to first, yeah, so let's filter this, do that. This names. Then we're going to do, we want both, so we're going to do var filtered is equal to new list of repo label. Okay, and then we're going to do, then we've got add range, and that add range we're going to do is just basically it's that. No, actually just put that in a variable so we can use it. And let's do this var explicit equal to that. So from all the labels that we got, all repo labels, select where the L, L dot, oops, L dot name dot equals, then of course we're going to do label info, oops, what are we going to do? For all the labels we've got in the repo, we're going to search. Didn't I think there's a new C# feature for finding that? That's count, that was count where, right? Count, it's gone, I don't know where it is. Names contains l.name, and of course you're going to search for, oh dear. Let's just do that. Names dot contains. So annoying. I like that. I want to do something slightly better, but let's just do that for now. Okay, for now. Explore. There we go. So if we got explicit names, we add that in there. But if we got patterns, we got there, and we're going to return filtered, right? Pattern. We do a new regex pattern and pattern match that, and we just do add range. All right. Unfiltered, and of course we're going to have a task list of repo label. So we get in a label, you get an outer label, and I do filtering, but I don't need to do it, so I can do filter, and that doesn't have to be a task. It's just going to be an list. There we go. No one's moaning. We can remove that, and there we got that. So let's stick a breakpoint at the bottom. In fact, let's do a breakpoint. Response is equal to is JSON serializer. Where did I do that? Can I just do JSON serializer dot serialize, and let's just do that. There we go. So I can run this, and I can get the response back in the UI, so I don't have to do anything too fancy. Let's run that again. So what we're doing here, we're getting the label from GitHub using the GitHub thing. Probably gonna do some extraction on that and have like a GitHub sort of interface so that I can just call methods and extract that to a separate file. And then of course we filter it by a pattern. So let's, currently our pattern is area slash. So let's see what do we get when we come back. Let's close that. So we have a happy space. There we go. That's what we want. ID, name, and description. Don't like the capital letters. I wonder if we can change that. Probably gonna have to stop. So whatever. Policy. There we go. Okay. Daisy. Strong key. See, there's like a nice enum value or something. JSON naming policy and camel case. There we go. Amazing. Amazing. Let's stop that. This overrides. Yeah, okay. Perfect. So we've got a camel case. Okay, we've got a great thing. I'm actually going to just run this with Control F5 and keep launching that, and hopefully I don't have to start the other stuff. So there we go. We filtered our labels. Amazing. Now we've basically done the labels. We now need to load the, so make sure we run that again, send a request. And of course, let's throw something specific in here, and we're going to do OS/iOS, right? We should get iOS now in the list without it exploding on us. There you go. iOS is loaded. There is no description, but we've got a real valid ID. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So let's delete that for now. So the next thing I want to do is, let's do this. Load all labels from the repository. And then of course we want to do load issue details from the repository. Right. And let's go see, we go back to the AI and just ask the AI a simple question. How can I load the issue information from an issue number? Yeah, yeah, I can do it. Give me the AI, bro. Give me the AI. Okay, so cool, so technical. Just skip right to the thing. Issue number one. Here we go. Connection. Query.repository.issue number and that. Okay, pretty cool. Then we do var issue is equal to await get issue async, and then I want to pass in there new issue dot issue, and I pass in the GitHub token. Yeah, issue async. Let's serialize issue over here for later, and we pop on over here, and we've got async task, and we're going to do repo issue. Okay, and we need to do a new type for that. So where's our repo label? Public record issue name. What information do we have? We have string ID, we have a string title, we have a string body, and you know what? Let's do int number just to be cool. What other stuff do we have that they put in here? Static bot logging comments. Okay, that's it. We only need that for now. For now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly copy this bit, right? You know what? Let's do this. Instead of passing the token connecting, let's do this and do GitHub connection. Okay, and we're going to pass in the GitHub connection, and this one is a connection instead. So connection. Oops, today's that, and of course we're gonna, there we go, right? So I wonder if I can do a single select that. Can I do a dot issue? Right? Does GraphQL allow me? Probably is a way to ask it in one request, but we'll do two requests for now because we're trying to do something and not have the best way to do that something. Let's copy this and let's see. Does IntelliSense give me the answer? No, took too long. We're tired of waiting. So we're going to do issue info. There we go. Repo name dot issue, and this is going to be number, and we're going to do that's the number, right? There we go. And then we're going to get this a single issue. Oops, I need to do select still, right? Select, and then you do repo issue ID. We're going to do title. And we're going to do what were other ones was here? What was it? What order? It was ID, number, title, and this is body. So you can return the issue, and we do issue. Get the issue from the I mean, there's probably more comments in this file than usefulness, but whatever. So if I run this now, let's run this, then I run the request. I should now have the information for label issue number 1. There we go, it's launched, it's running, it's happy, it's choking. Come on, insights, let's do it. Oopsie daisy, something exploded. Go, send the request. There we go. Hey, amazing. All right. So there we have our basic request. Does it give us information how long it took to complete? 4 seconds. It's quite long. It's 1 second now. Okay, still relatively lengthy, but we can probably halve the time by doing a single GitHub thing. You ask AI that, right? I have a repo and issue number, and I want to get the number. Can I get the issue information and all the labels in the repo in a single US? Let's ask the AI. Yes, I can. Wow. Okay. So if this is correct, and I spent so much time writing that comment, trying to make sure that I'm cool and all that. Let's see. Can they do it? Oh, it's choking. Broke the AI. No. Select repo issue. Oh, issue number. And then I can also do .single or default slash labels. Okay. I don't need to deal with that. Right, so our issue is back. Now what we need to do is re-enable this, right? Previously we got all our information from GitHub, but now we're going to do it again ourselves. So issue, no, filter labels, and issue is going to be object. Let's do loading issue information, issue details, and of course generating the AI request. Let's just okay there, right? Filtered labels, we'll fix that in a second. That are enumerable. Yeah, dot select, and I can just do L dot name. There we go. Oh, okay, no, I want to change that to the whole point of this is to change to description too. And of course, title and body. So we go over here and we say, hey, no, repo label, and then we could do from there, yeah, okay. Or label some labels have additional description have an additional description that should be used in order to find the best match. There we go. We'll fix that out, right? So I'm going to have a bulleted list here, a markdown bulleted list, if you will. And I am going to quickly swap that in here. And we can say, hey, join with a new line, labels. How should I format that? So let's say we have a line. Let's actually split that up, right? And we can do this, get label list, label prompt list, get prompt label list. There we go. That's what I'm doing. And we're going to pass in label. Okay. And method, blah, blah, blah. We come over here and we have a string, right? Oops, string, and we're going to do a using var sb is equal to new string builder and return sb.toString. Okay, so how do we do this? We want to do for each for label in labels. We want to do sb dot append line. So we're going to append a single line, label name, and can we do description? There we go. Look at that. Name, and then this will be to description, right? So that's not a using. Okay. So there we go. Label name here. Oops. Label ID. Label ID. Label name. Let's make it a cool object, right? Just because JSON is JSON and we can do whatever we want. And then we do ID, label, ID here. Name, label name here. And then of course, yeah, let's put description in there too. Description, label, description. Wait a second. That's all of that. Come on back here. I'm not giving the AI anything. Okay. Name and description, I'll add that into the response. Instead of returning it directly, which is probably not the safest thing, I first need to filter to make sure that the label that the AI has selected is a valid label. And let's do that. So let's save everything. Let's run that. So let's see, and we can check our logs as well to see exactly what the chat prompt was. So there we go. Waiting for it to spawn. Taking sweet time. Then of course we want to check this function, and let's go to the logs. Here we go. Label is ready to go. Rearing code is running. Send the request, and let's check those logs. Okay, something's happening. Issue is valid. Here we go. None of my areas had descriptions, either that or I failed to do something. An action. All right, so let's quickly head on over to our labels in here, and let's give one of those new labels a description. Here we go. Issues relating to the GitHub Action. GitHub Action. Issues relating to the AI logic or responses from the AI. Okay. Issues relating to the Azure function and Azure function. All right, so I can go here. Issues relating to the CI or repository infrastructure. Okay. Okay. So let's see if we can use the tests to trick it. Let's run that request again. I've got to do some work in a minute. but let's run that. Let's head over to the AI. I'm going to try and see if I can trick it into thinking it tests, like, oh, I'm testing my AI, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what response it gets. So what did the request? There we go. Name description. Wow, that's cool. I haven't usually get. Okay, replied functions area action. Okay, okay. So let's create issue number 2. Okay, it's hidden over here. Let's create a new issue. I don't know if it can be 2 actually, it's going to fail. Is there a 2? So a new issue, and we're going to do issues when testing, right? I am testing this action and it is doing weird things. All right, lots of testing in there, but there is a word of an action. Let's see, this is issue 13. Okay, let's run that request and let's see what it gives us. What does it pick? Does it understand that I'm not talking about testing? Tests. Is related to testing in action and experiencing unexpected behavior, right? That's expected, right? Issues when testing and testing this action, right? So, and I mean, technically we should probably focus on, can we fix that, make the AI more smart, but let's do this. Let's say we can't do that. And we can go here, issues related to writing unit tests in this repository, issues running unit tests in this repository for the backend or action. Copy that. So let's run it again. And let's see if it's able to figure out that that action is going to do with testing in the repo, not the action itself. I said writing unit tests. Am I correct? Testing and action. It falls under the category of writing unit tests or writing. Okay. Oops, edit over here. I'm testing this action. I am testing this action in my repository, in my projects repository, and it's doing weird things when I run it. How can I debug the action? There we go. Right, let's see if it's able to pick up. We need to fine tune these AI models. Probably have to do some training, tests. No, which is incorrect. Look at that, abandon AI. Come on, AI. Testing action in a project repository, indicating the need to address unit test or debugging related to tests. I mean, I don't know if my labels are potentially confusing. Yeah. Because that's not correct. It's doing testing. Going to the GitHub Action. How can I debug the action? Testing this action and doing weird things that I don't know, right? Labels. Okay, should we reframe this? Issues rating unit tests. All this. All right. How do you? I need to 6 minutes to do my thing, my work. But this is a little bit disappointing. I expect it to be easier. This is why we don't trust AI. And just understand. I think my issues when testing. I'm testing this action in my projects repository and it's doing weird things when I run it. How can I debug the action? Right? Go over here and it's writing unit tests in this repository for the backend or action. And the correct one is this. So why is it picking? Okay. Let's change the prompt and say also mention other related labels and why why they were not a good selection. Right, let's try that. Let's update the function quickly to just see if we can get a little more information on start without debugging. I don't know which one I pressed. My finger slipped. Okay, try that again. Yeah. Yeah, I would have to fine tune the prompt, pick someone, I have to report an issue, like this is my label, this is my thing, and I would have to sort of test it. Action. There we go. Should it be ready to act directly under the action? This label is not at most appropriate if you change the function and the GitHub Actions are. Other elements such as area testing were not selected because the issue does not directly focus on writing unit tests, but rather on debugging the action. There we go. Look at that. But why didn't you do that a second ago? Let's delete that and let's see. Is that how you do AI? You just ask it to explain, and then while it's explaining, it's like, wait a minute, let me go back and change my answer. Okay. Ooh. But I think I'll leave that in. That's quite nice, right? The machines have picked something. Tell me what's the best pick and why you didn't pick the other stuff. Let's see. See if I can show this off to my team later in 3 minutes. Action. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's put that back. It really is helpful. So maybe I didn't deploy it earlier, so it didn't have the description code somehow. I don't know. I didn't change anything. I was looking sad, and then I ran it again. So okay, interesting, interesting, interesting. But now we got that. We got done. Wait a second. Is that it? We ship it? Let's ship it. I got 3 minutes to get this before I have to go do some work. So um, this is our schema. Let's copy this so I can create it in the PowerShell. But let's head over here. Let's say, hey, my programs, yes. My insights is there. OpenAI insights, okay. The label function. Can I go quickly and clean up that awful looking header? What the? Okay. I mean, we're totally throwing out the bus here, but whatever. Let's just get this up on the cloud so I can demonstrate how amazing AI is, and I had no problems whatsoever. All right, there we go. We're going to do new branch here and do dev testing action, I think is our branch that we use. Okay, let's do updated the backend to use uh, to handle handle what was I handling? Oh, to handle label descriptions. Okay, now we do the front end quickly. On the front end, the job action, the action testing. Here we go. Area AI function, GitHub blah blah blah, and then of course that's gonna query this. So what have we got? We got this, we got that, we got 1 minute for my meeting. I'm probably not gonna have enough time. Very sad. Labels, label regex, we got that. We're gonna delete that. We don't need to keep any of this, right? Because we got source control, label regex, label object. Let's quickly pop this in here. Oops, paste that in there. Let's indent that. So here we go. We're going to create the action. We're going to do version is 1, issue is that, and this way this works is you do equals. So it's not JavaScript, but no there. You do issue equals at that, and then of course we're going to have owner is equal to, oh, it's just How is that work? GitHub context. Go over to our deep at aliabo. Can I get my string directly? There we go. Login. That's user login. That's not what I want. So is this? Wait a second. Wrong one. Looking at the wrong one. My bad. Probably should spit out the GitHub context. Okay. Can I just do Matt Aliabo? It's a nice little repository. Here I could technically split. Might do repository owner and labeled by ID. Repository issue event. So event repository. There we go. So the event repository name. Is there an owner here? Event repository owner login. Okay, I'm going to do that. So if I know how to do this right, which I don't exactly, but that, say hey, this is going to be GitHub repository dot name. No. And repository. What did we say? Owner.login. I believe it's the GitHub.event. But yeah, anyway, I got a meeting. I'm going to quickly finish it up and check it in, but I think that was pretty exciting. I got my first GraphQL going, or rather, I wrote some C# code. Copilot is now slightly smarter. It's able to figure out things. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I will clean this up, check it in, and push it out to the real cloud and see if Gearshark gets better. And I'm gonna hopefully demonstrate this later on to some people and see if it makes anyone happy. Anyway, got a dash. Much fun was had, so thank you very much for hanging out, and see you at the next one.